Hey guys, Mike here. So today, I'm here to talk to you about The Farewell. In this review, I'll be going over a brief summary of the plot, my good thoughts about the film, and whether or not you guys should go and see it. So I'm going to try and keep this review spoiler free. However, if you don't know anything about the film and you want to go in completely blind, then it's just come back to this video once you've seen the film. So with that, let's get started, shall we?
好多了，好多了，好多了，再来点气儿，再来点气儿。
So The Farewell stars Awkwafina as Billy. You may remember her from Ocean's 8 and from Crazy Rich Asians. In The Farewell, a Chinese family finds out that their grandmother is dying of cancer, but the grandmother doesn't know about it. So, the family arranges a wedding to get everyone all together back in China to basically say their goodbyes to the grandmother. And so we have The Farewell. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was, immediately intrigued. I thought, this looks quite good. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. It's getting really good reviews, and it kind of does look like a tear-jerking kind of movie. So as soon as the time became available to see this movie, I went to go see it. And I must say that this movie was a bit of a mixed bag for me. Now, first of all, Awkwafina is really good in this movie. Her character's really believable, she has a lot of depth to the character, and she's just really enjoyable to watch on screen. And I suspect, as we are now in Oscar season, that she'll probably be getting loads of nominations, probably at the Golden Globes or, like I said, the Oscars. And if she goes on to win, great, because, this was a really good movie. Though, like I say, obviously, we're really early in, and it's kind of hard to say who is going to get nominated or not. And as a premise, this is really interesting because it is based on an actual lie that a real Chinese family did tell their grandmother. Though my biggest concern going in was wondering how they were actually going to lie to the grandmother about her having cancer. And the movie didn't make it too convoluted either. Basically, the grandmother's sister finds out that she does have cancer and doesn't tell her. And another thing The Farewell has to do, which I do think that it does brilliantly, is balance the two sides of the argument. The one saying that they should absolutely tell her because it's her right to know, and also the other side that says, why should she have to know, because all she'll be doing is basically preparing for death. And honestly, I thought I was kind of leaning a bit more towards the telling her idea, but the way the movie presents it, I think it was actually kind of a really good lie, because honestly, just finding out this kind of information and just sitting there basically waiting to die sounds really horrible. And the fact that, that your family can protect you in this kind of way and shoulder the burden was actually really nice. And so I'd have to say, after seeing the movie, I'd definitely lean towards the lie side. Though obviously each to their own, and I can understand both sides of this argument. Though this movie did a really good job of changing my mind. Now, there were one or two issues that I did have with this movie. The first was that I was really hoping that this was going to be a massive tearjerker that would just leave me absolutely bawling my eyes out, and it was just going to be a really heartwarming experience. And while it was heartwarming and it was really enjoyable, I just don't think the movie really did a good job of making me, cry, basically, because I didn't cry at this movie. Yes, it was really sad, and the subject was there, but, I don't know, it just didn't really do it for me. I don't think it's anything the movie did wrong, it's just, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. And the other issue I had was definitely my own issue with this, because I knew that it was going to be mostly in Chinese, and then I have to be reading subtitles throughout, but after a while I did kind of get a bit of a headache, and it was pretty much a strain to be constantly reading throughout, because I'm not the best reader and I don't really enjoy reading all that much. So that issue is definitely my own, but I am actually glad as well that they did have them speak Chinese for most of the movie, because I do think it's really unnatural in movies where they should be speaking their own native language and they're either speaking English or just some other language that they shouldn't be speaking. And as well, I think The Farewell does a good job of really letting you see inside what it's like in Chinese culture, seeing things like how they celebrate life and how they celebrate death, which in all honesty I don't think a lot of movies tend to show. Overall guys, I quite enjoyed The Farewell. It was really well acted, it was really well directed, the score was really good as well. But as for being a tearjerker, I don't think it was really that sad, to be fair, because there have been other movies which have kind of less sad subject matter, but have managed to warrant a bit more of an emotional response out of me. But now, as for whether or not you guys should go and see it, despite my gripes with The Farewell, I do think this is a movie that you should definitely see. I don't think this is one that necessarily you should go out to the cinema to go see, but I do think that you should set some time aside to watch this really good movie. Okay guys, that's my review of The Farewell. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? And what's your favourite tear-jerking movie? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. And until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!